Morning, 5th grade. Okay, so this is your instructional video for science for the week. So today, on Monday, December 7th, you are actually responsible for a set of Cornell notes, which are up in Wisdom. There is a handout version, which is the notes version, and then there's another version that's the fill-in-the-blank version. You want to go to the handout version first. That's your actual notes that you'll take, okay? And so your notes, interactions among Earth systems, okay? And so you'll take these notes, you'll write them down, and then these are your fill-in-the-blanks. So once you've written these notes down, tomorrow you will go through the e-text and video, and we'll go through that in just a minute. That's in Savvis. And then on Wednesday, you'll continue that, and you'll come in and you'll fill in these blanks, and then you will actually go into Wisdom and you'll complete the fill-in-the-blank activity for all of these. Okay? So note it's a pretty short note activity, and we'll go from there. And so, really quickly, I wanted to give you guys kind of a, let's see, a word bank. So, that being said, your word bank for these, one is going to be greenhouse gases, another is going to be interdependent, hydrosphere, geosphere, water vapor, biosphere, atmosphere, balance, gases, volcanoes erupt, fossil fuels, and greenhouse effect. Now, you're going to use those words, and some of those words you're going to use more than once. For example, like geosphere, you're going to use at least twice. Atmosphere, you're going to use more than that, and so on and so forth. Okay? So that's what you're doing today, is taking your Cornell notes. Tomorrow, this is what you'll be doing tomorrow. Okay? Tomorrow, you will find, where did I put it? Let's see. Oh, tomorrow you're going to find this that says interactions among Earth systems, and it has a 3 over here. And so you'll click on that. I have to click on the preview, but you guys don't have to. And when you click on it, it'll bring up this. It'll bring up the e-text and the video all together. Okay? So you'll read this e-text, you'll watch this video, because both will help you with your Cornell notes. And then you will start the fill-in-the-blanks activity. As you read through the text, you'll have your notes out and open, and you'll be writing in the fill-in-the-blanks. I've given you guys 2 days to kind of fill in the blanks and then get into Wisdom and do that activity in Wisdom where you fill in the blanks on Wisdom. Okay? So then, when you guys finish that, you have one other assignment for this week, and it's a virtual lab, and it's Build Your Dream Park. So I'm going to click on that. I've got to preview it from here. I'm going to click on it again. So when you get in there, it's going to look like this. Okay? And it gives you all sorts of information. And so you'll click Get Started. So it says, the city wants to build a recreation park. You will use a model to design the park. While designing the park, you need to consider the impacts of each feature that each feature could have on Earth's spheres. So we're talking about the atmosphere, the geosphere, the biosphere, and the hydrosphere. It says you also need to make sure the park is fun. For each feature in your design, you will receive impact scores for each sphere and a fun factor score. It says to design a park that is fun for visitors and has an impact score of 85 or more per sphere. So you have to scroll up. Now, you're here at scenario. And this will also read it to you if you're having trouble with that. So then you go to your lab notebook. So in the scenario, what you're going to do is you're going to enter notes for what you have to do there. You have to put something down here every single time, okay? So then I'm going to drop my keyboard down. I put something in there. So then I click Next. Now I'm in design mode. It says select each park feature to learn how it affects Earth spheres. So you would select this, and you're going to read through all of that. Select that, and you continue go on. Notice there's 2 dots down here. That means you have to scroll over, and here is where you'll actually design your park after you've gone through every single one of these and learned about them. Now, notice your lab notebook for design, you have design 1. Okay, what criteria does your design need to meet? Okay, So you have to tell me something about that. So then you scroll over here and you actually do your design, and notice these scroll here. So you have all sorts of different things. And then you go back to your lab notebook. Notice there's a design 2. And it tells you, as you are examining the park features, take notes concerning the positive and negative effects of each feature on the 4 spheres being studied. These notes will be helpful as you plan your park. Okay, so you have to type something in there. So then when you're done with the design, and I'm going to have to design something to just show you guys where we go. Okay, I just put something in there. I'm not doing anything. It says, no matter how careful you are, there will be some impact to Earth's spheres. Your challenge is to design a park that is fun yet minimizes the negative impacts. It's a trade-off. So then we click next, and now we're at test. And it says an expert has tested your park and assigned your impact scores. These scores help you measure the environmental impact of each sphere and the fun factor of the park you designed. A feature is given an impact score between 1 and 10. The higher the score, the more positive the impact. Lower scores indicate negative impacts. Select each feature of your design to review your scores. Record the scores in your lab notebook. So here, okay, here's your scores. Total impact score. So then I'm going to click that. I'm going to close that. Click this. Close it. Click this. Whoops. Close it. And then I go to my lab notebook. And so you're going to write down, you're going to click here and you type in your feature. You type in the total impact scores that were all the way across the building, or the board, excuse me. So something that's going to be helpful for you is a piece of paper here where your feature, okay, that's green space. There, that's what you're going to write, green space, and then your feature impact score, okay, and then your total impact score that it asks for. So you're going to need to write all these down, the geosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere, atmosphere, fun factor, and so on and so forth, okay? And you'll do that for all of your features. And you might have a lot of features. Notice it gives you room for plenty of features. And then it's going to tally your total score for you. Notice you have a fun factor, geosphere, hydrosphere, biosphere, atmosphere. These are the total impact scores. So the total impact scores are right over here. Okay? You won't use your feature, you'll use your total impact scores. So then, when you get done with that, and in your lab notebook, you're going to click next, and now you're going to redesign. You're going to add and take away stuff as needed. Okay? You need an impact score of 85 or more. So that lab notebook where we were taking that, your total score, like you need an impact score all the way across here of 85 or better, okay? So you're going to redesign and redesign and redesign until you have impact scores all the way across here of 85 or better. That's how you get a 100. Then you're going to actually do your new impact scores. This is the redesign, okay? You'll complete those in that. And then when you've done that, I'm going to add something here. Whoops, no, I don't want to. See, that's how you take a deal away, is you put something over the top of it. So like here I put something over the top of that, maybe. Nope, it's not going to let me this time. Whoop. Nope, not going to let me. Let's see here. Okay, have that. So then I'm going to click on each one of them and get my impact scores now. Okay, here's my impact scores. And then if I don't like what I've done here, I just click reset and I have a blank slate. Okay, so then you'll click next after you've recorded everything in your lab notebook. And notice lab notebook, it has redesign 1, so then you'll have redesign 2, and you'll need to make sure that you fill that out. Okay, so then you click next and it says imagine. It says what if, and it tells you what to do here. Okay, it says create a poster that you can show mayor and city council to communicate your improved plan. Take a screenshot of your poster. So you come over here to the left hand side and you have all these tools. You have this colorful writing tool. So you create your poster, you draw it with this. Okay, so then in order to take a screenshot, you take the camera here, doop, maybe, and it took a screenshot for you. Okay, so now that's your imagine thing in your lab notebook. Notice it's the last page, and you're going to type notes about it right there. Okay, and then when you're done with that, if you've done everything in your lab book and everything that you're supposed to, this submit button will be a dark blue like the lab notebook, and you'll hit submit there. Okay, So that is what you will do on Thursday. Now, it is kind of a lengthy process, but it is fun. And if you watch this first, you will know exactly what to do. Okay? So, that being said, I will be checking in with you, and I will be talking to you next week. Have a great week, guys.